Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. It is Terrific Tuesday. Welcome. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for joining us on the radio. And folks, if you're by your computer or you're by your mobile device, your iPad, you can watch us on TigerTV. If you don't have that bookmarked on your device, just go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see some little red buttons or little red dots, if you will, around it. You can click on that. You can bookmark it on your device. And then we're just one click away from starting your day with TigerTV. It's great because you're able to look at the charts. You're able to look at, anything that might appear over my shoulder, like my favorite spot in the entire universe, folks. And I've had the opportunity to travel the world, not outer space, if you will, but certainly the land masses and all continents with the exception of Antarctica. And one of these days, I'll get over there. I don't think I want to spend a lot of time over there. A little bit too cold for me. I like it down here in Florida. And come join us. And when you do visit us at Suite 618, because that is one of those Fibonacci numbers that we want to be able to use. We're going to take a look at those. That's why you want to join us on Tiger TV. And folks, coming up tomorrow at 6:30, you've got a free webcast that Basil Chapman is doing. If you haven't signed up for that, please go to the homepage of TFNN.com. That is going to be kicking off at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Absolutely great education there, so go do that. As long as you're over there, if you're in the Tampa or Boston area, Tom and I will be completing our tour, our Go Along America tour, at least for the time being. We'll be up in Boston this coming Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12. And seats are going fast there, so I understood we had quite a rush here over the weekend. So please go over to the homepage, sign up for that. We'd absolutely love to see you. And then we've added Tampa, so we'll come back from Boston over the weekend, and then we will do Tampa Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 9:30 as well. So sign up for that, and I would absolutely love to see you. Now, as far as the markets, real quickly here, let me take just a quick peek here. And you've got relatively flat. We can go water skiing if you want on these markets. You've got the Dow futures up maybe around 3 points. ES Mini up about a half a point or so. NASDAQ up a couple. Russell 2000 about half a point up. So let's go water skiing, if you will. Wouldn't that be great? Barefoot water skiing. I've never done barefoot water skiing. Not that agile, if you will, but you could absolutely do it today. Now, I don't know if you saw any of you stayed up. Of course, if you're in the West Coast, you didn't have to stay up so late. You could have still gotten to bed about 10 o'clock at night and watched the Daytona 500. Now, that started on Sunday. As most of you know, got rained out, if you will. They re-queued it up for yesterday evening, and we're supposed to start around 6:30 or so. I'm not sure what time the actual race went off. I didn't get a chance to see the opening of the race. I did took a little nap, if you will. But I did get a chance to see a lot of the fireworks. And now that was a race that started on Monday. It finished on Tuesday, if you were East Coast time. And what a incredible race. The accidents that they have there are very intense, and no more intense than the accident they had yesterday. I think there was about 40 laps to go when they were under caution, and one of the drivers, Roberto Montoya, I believe is his name, when he lost control of his car, or the car lost control of him, and he just simply spun out and ran into one of those machines that were blowing some of the stuff from an accident, particles, if you will, more than particles, from an accident off of the track. He ran into it, explosion immediately, and it was very, very intense. So, it was quite a race, and was glad to debris. Thank you. Was glad to see that that nobody got hurt, but there was quite a set of fireworks last night, I have to admit. So they know how to party in Daytona, don't they? Yeah, they were pouring beer over the fire and everything like that. But got to give credit to those folks out there. Now, I don't know if you really paid much attention to it, folks, but the angle, if you will, I don't know the exact degree, but it's intense. And so the exact spot where it was in turn 3, I believe, where the accident occurred, and you could see how the, everybody that was fighting the fire, trying to put that out, and it was jet fuel, so it wasn't exactly like it was a simple thing to do. Just simply they were trying to fight that. It's hard to actually stand up there. I sent one of my friends, gave him a birthday gift so that he could cruise around the track. There was more than cruise around the track. It was part of the Richard Petty experience. And actually, I've used that example because this is a guy that my best friend, this is a person that, saw the worst of things in Vietnam. We're not going to talk about exactly what he saw, but, I know the stories. And so this is a person that could absolutely, yesterday I talked about turning your mirrors into windows and jumping through windows. Well, this is a person that absolutely never sees a mirror, always jumps through a window, has done it his whole life. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. And here's the thing, and he loves fast cars. I love fast cars as well. And so I got him this birthday gift. It was his 50th, so it was quite a while ago, 10, 11 years ago. Got him this birthday gift, and it's the only time in my life where I've seen him afraid. What he did ahead of time was he went on the now this is the Richard Petty experience. You can do it at a number of racetracks around the country, and here I think he might have had 10 or 12 laps, something like that, around the course. Now you can sit there as a passenger, if you will, just to get a feel for the course. Now what you're doing when you're driving relatively close to the wall. You're not really driving on the curtain, if you will, or at least the wall looks a lot closer to you than it is. And this is really the power of focus. I talk about being able to jump through your windows, folks, instead of, turn your mirrors into windows, if you will. And after he was done going on that ride, and let me tell you, he's done a lot of crazy things. He took off his helmet and he said, I don't think I want to do this, which was really intense. And when I asked him why, he was so focused on the wall when he was in the passenger seat, he forgot to actually look in front of him. Now, one of the things that they teach you when you go through that driving experience, when you are actually on the track, and John ended up doing it. He got to 151 was the average speed. Now, that's not too bad considering that the average speed around the track that the drivers were going last night was 200 miles an hour, if you will. But what they teach you, folks, they teach you to focus on what it is that you want. And what they want you to do is they want you to focus on the bumper of the car in front of them. And as long as you focus on that bumper in front of you, as long as you focus on where it is you want to go, you'll go there. And so sure enough, he did that. But such an important life lesson because, folks, it's really all about you, what you focus on. And that was so cool about, Tom and I when we did connect, if you will, because like each of us, right? What you focus on grows. Well, when you take a look at the stock markets, if you will, if you're a bull, you're focused on bullish outcomes. If you're a bear, you're focused on bearish outcomes. And what I really want you to always be able to do is I want you to step up to the plate, to step up to the money plate or step up to the stock market plate. And I want you to be able to take a look at both bullish and bearish outcomes so that you know what's going on. And the reason why, I'm going to go ahead and put this slide up here. There's a slide I didn't get to. Some of you who've been to my money management slide may have seen this before, but I didn't get to this during the tour. I'm probably going to go ahead and just simply from a time standpoint, probably going to cut it from my presentation. But it's a great analogy, if you will. And this is called the candle problem for those of you, and this is where it really helps, if you will, to be watching us on TigerTV. But back around 1945, I believe, there's a guy named Carl Dunker, and Carl Dunker did a test. He took a bunch of graduates. They might have been from Cambridge or one of the East Coast institutions. Really smart guys. And this is really a story about functional fixedness. And that's what happens when you show up and you are focused on only one thing. So if you focus on only one thing, when you show up to the stock market, the charts may be telling you totally something different. That's why I want you to be able to show up there with a clear mind. Well, the candle problem is what this is called. And the candle problem is this. He handed each of them, if you will, a box of thumbtacks, a pack of matches, and a candle. You can see that on my screen. And all that was sitting on the table. And the mission was, as quickly as they could, to be able to fix the candle, if you will, attach it to the wall so that when you lit the candle on fire, it wouldn't drip wax on the table. And let me tell you, these were some of the smartest folks in the world, and they were just so focused on the elements they couldn't figure it out. Because the first thing that folks will do is they'll say, oh, that's pretty easy. I'm going to take the matches, I'm going to light the candle, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it to the wall. Makes sense, doesn't it? We take a look at this candle. It's not like this little birthday candle. It's a little bit larger candle than that. And it's a good idea, but it just doesn't work. Then you've got others that will say, hey, no, I know how to do it. I'm going to go ahead and take out the thumbtacks out of the box. I'm going to thumbtack that candle to the wall, and then I'll stick it up there. Problem is, as you know, thumbtacks are relatively small. And this candle is much larger than a thumbtack. That doesn't work. Well, the solution, folks, it's really pretty simple because it's always in front of you. That's why I want you to show up at the markets and really be able to take a look at it both from a bullish and a bearish outcome, if you will, because then you don't necessarily have functional fixedness. Well, the real solution, I'm showing that to you here, is you take the thumbtacks out of the box, you thumbtack the box to the wall, you stand the candle up inside it, you light it on fire, boom, voila, it's all done. And how does Dunker, how do I know that what you are focused on, what's right in front of you, is what it is that you're going to see, and why you need to turn your mirrors into windows? Well, it's because what Dunker did, and I'm showing here, folks, if you're not watching on Tiger TV, he came back to a second set of students, just the same IQs, the whole bit, but what this time he did was he handed them an empty box. He handed them the thumbtacks that were in that box, handed them the matches, handed them the candle, and they could see it right in front of them. Yet all the elements were always right there. The same thing in your trading. It's really all in front of you. It's right there. The question is, are you going to step back and get rid of that functional fixedness? I want you to be able to do that in life. This should be a metaphor for everything in life, folks. It's all that easy. That's what mentors do. That's what coaches do. Go sign up for Basil's program, or you know, we've got a great Tiger Dollar promotion where Tom's going to spend a full day live trading with you. That's going to be on March 29th. But you want to get rid of that functional fixedness, folks. You got the Dow still flat. We could go water skiing out there, up about 3 points. S&P up about a half a point. 877-927-6648. I hope you're having a great Tuesday, folks. I know I am. So glad to be here with you. We'll be back in just a few.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. Future's still flat. If we take a quick tour around the world, you got the DAX trading down 19 points out at 68.29 right now. FTSE off 7 points. Over in Asia, you had the Nikkei up 88 points. The Shanghai was up 5. Hang Seng up 350 points. Finishing out at 21,568. And if we take a look at the S&P right now, S&P futures, we're trading out at 1368 even. So what did we do out here in the S&P futures? Well, a couple of things. First, let's just take a look at the 30-minute chart out here. Let's take a look at one of the expansions that the S&P E-mini did. We'll go to the swing point high out here from 5:30 in the morning. The swing point high, 5:30 in the morning on February the 24th. So a few days ago, last week, if you will. The high out there was 1368.50. If we go from the high of that down to the low that was made yesterday at 10 a.m., the low there, folks, being the 1353. Thank you, 1353. You'll see that the 1.272, that's this red line across the top. Look at how the ES Mini was able to get up into that area. In fact, what you'll see here is it made 100% move. The move that it was making yesterday, if you will. Let me refresh this screen here. Something doesn't look right. And so it made a move of a move. Where's that button here? There we go. So it made a move of a move yesterday, came right back up into, and when I'm talking about the same swing point that I was using, there we go. Now that's correct. The same swing point that I was using as a swing point high to calculate the expansion at 5:30 in the morning. You can see how yesterday as the ES Mini pushed up, once it got up to that level, it just simply traded flat. It traded flat all the way until midnight when it peaked just above that area. And then in the next half hour up until 1 in the morning, went ahead and completed that 1.272. And here's this real key swing point, if you will. This little guy right here, this little guy, which was at 4 o'clock in the morning, I think it was around 3:38 a.m., it got up to 1373.75. Why is that important? Well, let's go take a look at the daily chart on the futures. Let's go ahead and we've got the ES Mini up, if you will. You can see that the ES Mini just really traveling inside this ascending wedge. Ascending wedge, ascending wedge, ascending wedge. We're going to get tired of this piece of pie here. We're looking for some break of it, if you will, so I can draw something else on my chart. And what you'll see here is if we come all the way back to the May 2nd high, what you will see is that high was 1373.50. Remember, I was showing you that little on the 30-minute chart, that ES Mini, where did it get up to? It got up to 1373.75. It peaked its head, if you will, right over the top. And now it's trading inside the swing point for May 2nd. We've been trading inside the swing point for May 2nd, going all the way back to February 17th. That's 2, 4, 6, 7 trading sessions for a week. This market has been going sideways on light volume. Got to be careful, folks, because that is a sign of distribution. Distribution would be just like you owning a retail store buying whatever product right before the holidays, if you will. You know, you've marked everything up because this is markup here where you've got price moving up, and now you're just selling it as, you know, as there was demand, if you will, albeit light, doesn't really matter. And then sideways, you know, you're just finally doing your distribution, just trying to get it out the door as much as possible before you have that markdown phase. So got to be careful, especially when you've gone over swing points, just as we have here. If we go take a look at, let's go take a look. Remember, I was talking about functional fixedness. Why you need to be able to show up and take a look at these charts, both from a bullish and a bearish standpoint, because I promise you one thing, what you focus on will grow. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that if you're going to focus and you'll miss out on opportunities. That's really what it was that I was saying. And if we go take a look at the Dow, so let's pull up the Dow Jones Index. What do we have? Yes, so this is the S&P, so let's go ahead and move that off the chart. Let's wipe that clean. Let's go ahead and put the Dow up here. Here is the Dow, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to clean this. I'm going to clean house, if you will. Let's refresh this screen here, and there we go. Got to refresh. This doesn't look right. Why isn't this setting up here? What do we have? What do we have? Okay, I'm going to skip that. Let's go back and take a look at the S&P. I'll clean this up as we go into break. So let's go take a look at the S&P. Where is that window tile? There we go. Let's go take a look at the SPX. You will see yesterday's action here on the SPX. We were trading sideways. We did get up over yesterday, up over the same thing like the futures did this morning. The S&P yesterday cash got up to a high of 1371.94. The actual high going back to May 2nd, 1370.58. And you close back inside it. You know, we'll see which way this market wants to go. But it's so flat right now, it's just simply going to go sideways. We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. Of course, the race is not like last night out at the Daytona 500. Right now, you got the Dow trading down 4, S&P's off. Well, they're so flat that's not even worth mentioning. Same with the composite. Same with the small caps. Apple up 24 cents. Intel up about 6 cents. Of course, leading the charge. Priceline some of you listeners must have used Priceline. They're trading up $38 right now, trading out at 6.30. That's up 6.5%. Cena Corp up $4. That's up 6.8% out at $67 or so. Domino's Pizza, they came out with numbers as well. They're up $2.53, trading out at 36.07. On the downside, you've got Apollo trading down, APOL. They are trading down $7.88. Southwest Airlines, SWN, they're trading down a couple of bucks. And, excuse me here, Salesforce.com, they are down. I think those folks had popped up last week. They're just trading down a buck. Now, I had to trick my system here just simply so that I could show you the importance of being able to take a look at charts. There's patterns that present themselves to us all the time. And why, I want you to be able to show up and take a look at a chart and leave behind your thought process. Take a look at what is the chart telling us. Now, where is our man Rick from British Columbia? I'm surprised he's not calling in on this because we call him, well, I don't know if we call him, but today I'm calling him Doji Rick. And thought about him last night as I stepped back and I was taking a look at the markets as I was preparing my my newsletter for my clients. And one of the things that I identified out here, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, folks. We are taking a look at 2 dojis in a row here. We had a doji complete on Friday's session. We had the same thing yesterday, a doji where you're really tug-of-war right in the center, if you will. Flat line, and so you can see that you've got 2 dojis in a row here, right? Okay, and I want to be able to teach you something. I want to be able to teach you to be able to take a look at patterns that exist in the marketplace. Now I can go switch back to my other daily chart here, but this candle formation, I don't know what's going on with this software, and I don't have time to totally fix it while we're on the air, but you've got a doji right here, okay? And what I was showing you was just simply going to a 390-minute chart. That's 6.5 hours that we trade, so I was able to accomplish the same thing. Well, let's go ahead and pull this thing back here to May 2nd. Why May 2nd, folks? Because May 2nd is the date that we've been taking a look at where we have been making highs. And what do you think we've got out here? Well, Rick would tell you we've got a double doji, king double doji, if you will. When we made the highs, folks, if you go back, and I went back into the, I think I saw the same pattern back right around the 1987, before the 1987 crash. I'm not suggesting a crash. What I am suggesting is that if you go back and you take a look at the Dow Jones, which is the number, that everybody's talking about, and everybody's talking about the resilience yesterday, and certainly it was with regard to a market that had, opened up down. Now the futures didn't, obviously, but the market itself did. Our market that, we primarily trade here, opened up down, got down about as much as 100, then maybe up about 50, and then finished down a point or what have you, right? Much like today, it's down a point, down 0.76, if you will. And so we had double doji. And so I just simply went back and took a look at the charts and said, when else did we make two dojis in a row inside the Dow Industrials? And wasn't that pretty interesting when all of a sudden all I had to do was go back to May 2nd, since we've been fixated, if you will, functional fixedness, taking a look at what was going on inside the that set of swing points. We are trading up above that in the Dow, but we were just taking a look at the ES Mini and the S&P, how that is just really trading into that level. Folks, that is a warning shot across the bow if I have ever seen one. That doesn't mean that the markets can't go higher, but folks, I went back and I found a couple other of these. You want to pay attention, all right? So please, pay attention to that. This is telling us, where we've got distribution, light volume going on at the highs here, where there's been no conviction, where we've had these ascending wedges that typically go ahead and resolve themselves to the downside. That doesn't mean, the correction would be so healthy here, where you don't have the volume, you don't have the oomph, if you will, the energy to get up and over. And what's it really all about? Well, we can just simply switch over to the currency market. We can go first take a look at King Dollar if you want. King Dollar, let me pull that up here as soon as I can find that little button. Where is that little button on my system here? There we go. King Dollar, which is in the building, but King Dollar doing really nothing, trading out at 78.42. What is King Dollar really doing? Well, first, folks, the last bullish engulfing that occurred on King Dollar was on February the 10th. Now, this body, if you will, on February the 10th engulfed the prior session from February 9th. When you engulf the entire body of the prior session, what you're looking at is you are looking for the low of those two candles. So let's go ahead and take our line tool out here. You can see the low was from February 9th. It got down there, 78.43. I'm going to draw that right across here. And what you're going to see is we're trading at 78.43 right now. So that is a support line when you're taking a look at King Dollar. Can it break through there? Absolutely it can. Let me get rid of some of these other lines that are around here just to make this a little bit easier for you to take a look at. And you can, but that area is holding. What's it really going up against? Well, if you go all the way over here, you're trading inside this candle. This candle being the December 2nd candle. Why do I have that outline? Because, folks, that, too, is a bullish engulfing. So, if this area here doesn't hold, meaning the lows of February 9th, it just has a little bit longer to go down and test the area from December the 2nd. I apologize. That low of 78.06. Again, you're trading out at 78.43. What's this all about? Well, this is all about the euro. It's all about the euro. And what we were showing yesterday is we were showing there was the euro is still, as you can see, trying to make an A to B equals C to E up, and the question is going to be, will it complete that pattern? If it does, then our markets have no choice but to keep pushing up, and they'll say goodbye to double doji, and they'll say, Steve, it was nice that you noticed it, but we're, sayonara, boy. And but we'll see. At this stage here, you do have, we got to be paying attention to this euro because of the correlation between the U.S. dollar index and our markets, if you will, and the mere fact that the currency, the euro-U.S. dollar currency pair is such a significant weighting inside King Dollar. And, right now you can see it's up over its B point. Yesterday, really, nothing more than a sideways move, not to, which would make sense after such a nice move out of the 0.382 area, which it did on February 23rd. And then it continued up on Friday. Yesterday, again, just a sideways move. Today, it's not really doing too much, and hence, what are our markets doing? Not too much, if you will. Got the Dow off 8 points. So let's go take a look at some of the stocks out there that are moving and shaking, if you will. Let's go ahead and close this down. Close Windows. There we go. So let's go take a look at Priceline. PCLN, let's go see what they are doing. Priceline came out with numbers last night. They had their non-GAAP earnings per share at $23.45 versus $13.49. That's not such a bad deal, huh? And you can see how you've gapped up. You're trading out at $6.32 right now. What is that doing? Let's go see if there's some swing point expansions going on here. And there are nothing there that sticks out. Let's go take a look at the weekly chart. Now, if we take a look at volume out, let's put up the weekly chart. There we go. Time weekly chart here on Priceline. So you got Priceline boy William Shatner. He must be loving it. Beam me up, Scotty. He must have been saying that because, trading out at 631.56. It's at its all-time highs, if you will. This here certainly was building some cause along the high up here. Is there an ABC on this? Well, the one primary ABC that is out here, the longer-term one. Let's go take a look at that. See what we've got. That formation tool, you would start off down here into the lows in, it looks like in the October 2008 area when it was trading down around 45. It made a move up into April of 2010, got up into 273. That was a heck of a nice move, right? 45 to 273. You come back down here and, you complete. This thing made a 1 to 1.618. So that's kind of interesting. And if you've got the art of timing the trade, you will know that when you do a 1 to 1.618, A to B equals C to D, you're going to do something else. Well, the 1 to 1.618 would have finished out at 542. What did Priceline get to before it truly started consolidating? It got up to 566. You got to love that, considering where we're starting off here with our A point being down at the $45 level. So you want to be able to take a look at that, folks. Make sure you've got the art of timing the trade. If it's all about books that are in your system, let's go take a look at AutoZone. AZO, they are trading up as well. AutoZone, let's just see here if there's any news on AutoZone. AutoZone trading up 750. AutoZone, what do we got here? Looks like they've got an earnings conference call at 10 o'clock. And so maybe somebody knows something there. Got AutoZone. That has gapped up this morning. You can see that's trading out at 373.29. Look at that little rocket ship. Holy cow. That is what happens when people hold on to their cars a bit longer. Let's put this on a weekly chart as well. And so you got this trading out at all-time highs up here. And an absolute rocket ship. The biggest problem with this rocket ship is, if you look along the bottom here, folks, where is the volume? Where is the biggest volume? Pretty interesting. The biggest volume coming in March of 2009, all the way down at $157. Wow. Let's go take a look at Sina Corp, S-I-N-A. See what they are doing. S-I-N-A is the ticker symbol. Sina Corp is trading up $6. What's the news on Sina Corp? Let's see here. 82% surge in operating expenses. Well, that's not so good. That can't be what's making it move here. Net profit, Sina reverses losses. Okay, so they went from a loss to a profit, here. Okay, so now this is, we know this is Sina Corp. This is not something to jump into, folks. Most of the people at this party are in pain. Why are they in pain? Because you've got a high that was made out there back in April of 2011 with $147, trading all the way down to 69. What is it actually doing today in this little sideways move here? And look, you do have a high volume low out here that was somewhat tested. Do not get in front of Sina Corp here, folks. CF Industries. We're looking at the bullish side right now. CF is the ticker symbol. Let's see what we've got. That is trading up at 450 out at 193. This is taking on its swing point highs here. This is going to be the third time that it's doing it. It's coming into the August 30th, 2011 time frame. 2.5 million shares, high of 192.70. Let's just put the line tool on this. Take a closer look, and see what this is doing here. And so you can see that let's put it on the volume as well. We'll come down to the volume bar, that volume bar being on August the 30th. Volume there of 2.5 million shares. Let's put the line down there. See what happened the last time that it was up at these levels. So last time it was up at these levels was February the 8th. Tried it with 1.7 million, only got up to 192.40, did not get all the way up. Tried the next day, got up to 192.36, 2.4 million. That 2.4 was going against 2.5. It gave it up. Now you're coming into it again today. So far you've done 384,000 shares. Pay attention to CF Industries. Folks are going to the party on this one. See where this closes. And, folks, if it doesn't close up above the swing point here from August in 2011, meaning it closes back below 192.70, does it on lighter volume, all it's doing is consolidating. It will just simply head down into the 172 area. Let's go take a look on the bearish side. So let's take a look at Apollo, APOL. They are leading the charge point-wise on the way down. Apollo is trading down $7. What's the news on Apollo? Apollo's operating profit. What do we got here? Nothing that pops up on my screen. Ooh, this thing gapped down. What did they do? Well, they updated their outlook for fiscal year 2012. I can guarantee you that when they updated their outlook, it wasn't that pretty. You see this thing is gapping down on volume. Only been trading here for 17 minutes. 17 minutes and is down with 3.2 million shares. What is that? And look at the volume off the top. So here's the volume off the top. You know, Tom will talk about volume off the top, folks. You can see that the high made in Apollo on January 17th, 1.2 million shares. What do you do the next day? You come down with 12 million shares. Now, you're coming down with 12 million shares, folks. That was giving you a signal to get out of town, if you will. That was on January the 18th. And it gave you all the way up until yesterday, if you will, to go ahead and close out your position if you were in a winning position. Look at that. Gave you, how many trading sessions is that? At least a couple weeks or more worth of trading sessions, 3.5 weeks worth of trading sessions. You gap down today, and where is this thing coming? Let's take this back, take a look at the next high volume that is out there. Well, it's coming back to a breakout area. Apollo broke out on June the 1st. June the 1st, it had closed out at 42.19. It breaks out in the following session with almost 15 million shares. Gaps up to the $48 area, and all it is doing is coming down into that breakout. We'll see if that area here holds. This is setting up a, completing an A to B equals CD, but you always want to be paying attention to how you're coming into the D point, because when you are completing the D point, look at that, 1 to 1.618, it had gapped down into that area. But if you take a look at that retracement, and remember how important it is to take a look at retracement levels when you are making your B to C, because if you make something like a 0.382, take a look at what Apollo did. Apollo made exactly a 0.382 retracement. That tells you you're going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Apollo still has some more work left on the downside, though. 877-927-6648. Everything is flat in the markets. Let's go water skiing, folks. Dow's down 3, S&P's up 0.21.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you seek to maximize your returns. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Not much change in these markets. You've got the Dow up 1.5. You've got the S&Ps up almost a full point. Small caps down a half a point. Composite up 7. Apple trading out at $5.28. That's up $2.98. And it is Terrific Tuesday. So you absolutely do want to stay tuned following the show. As you heard, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters. Then we've got we go all the way out to Santa Fe to Kate Stalter doing the small cap roundup. And in fact, she was talking about pizzas a couple of shows ago, so we'll go take a look at Domino's Pizza in a minute. Stay tuned, because then after that, we go out to, we've got the Options Hour. That's right, the Options Hour today. We go up to Chicago, I believe, show hosted by the Think or Swim guys. Absolutely great show, commercial-free, uninterrupted. Then we go out to California to Ken Shreve, the warm-up band, and for the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6. And today, the Options Hour is going to be handled by Victor Smith. So stay tuned for that, folks. And, I do have up on my screen here right now is the XLF. Heard a little bit of talk about how great the XLF or the financials were performing yesterday. I thought maybe I missed something. What you will see here is the XLF has been trading sideways right at that sweet 618 area, which is at 1483. You're trading out right now at 1477. And this thing has been trading sideways ever since February the 3rd, when it gapped up on those great employment numbers, if you will. At least that's what seemed to be the impetus behind the move out there. Just simply been trading sideways. What you do still have is a Gartley sell right in that area. You've got a 1.272 expansion off of your B to C swing point, if you will, in order to complete the D out there. And you've also come to a 0.618 618 retracement area. That is on the XLF. Let's go shut this chart down, and let's go take a look at Domino's Pizza. Look at all those charts there. Need to clean that up, I think. Let's go take a look at Domino's Pizza. DPZ is the ticker symbol on that. It would make sense that they did well during Super Bowl time. There had to be folks out there eating Domino's Pizza. And this is up at 3706. Looks like it is taking on its highs. Let's go ahead and take this back to a weekly chart here. Take a look and see where we're at on Domino's Pizza. And sure enough, we are. It's up over its highs. Its highs going back into the time frame of 07, into the April 07 time frame. This thing has, it's had some nice sausage, if you will, in it. Some special sauce, it looks like they've got brewing at Domino's Pizza, and that's good for the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers, owned by the owner of, is that Illich? No, Illich owns Little Caesars. What the heck am I talking about? Domino's Pizza. What does he own? I forget which team he owns. He's got to own a team out there. You can see this thing has made more than the 1 to 1.618. It did once it made that 1 to 1.618 area, which was at that 32.63. Just kind of hung out there, but you do have some nice wide price range today. 1.2 million shares. Well, this is the weekly chart. Let me put this back to the daily chart. Let's take a close look at the daily chart. See what you're doing. You are gapping up today. You have done 1.1 million shares. And so where is this thing headed to? I don't know, folks. This one here, it's not a pattern here that I could find. And so I don't have that on Domino's Pizza. Let's go take a look at, what else can we look at out here? Let's go take a look at MasterCard. That is trading up this morning. Let's see what MasterCard is doing. MA, and I only have just a few seconds left. So stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Thanks so much for joining me, folks. Turn those mirrors into windows and jump right through them, folks. You will love where you land on the other side. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, or stay tuned for the Money Masters. Have a great day, folks.